Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Southern Comfort Podcast. I'm your host, Keita King. Thank you for joining the show. If this is your first time joining the show, like I always say, do not let it be your last time joining the show. There's something for everybody here. Whether you are new to Southern Soul or seasoned to Southern Soul, or maybe you have a root in blues nonetheless, or you just need to know where to get your best boots from a black owned business, this is the place to tune in. I appreciate you guys for joining. Especially I can never thank enough the people who have transitioned from radio to podcasting. I'm kind of flirting with radio or cheating on radio and with podcasting. So nonetheless, thank you guys for being a part and on this journey as I continue on to build a brand for me, but more or less for us. Big shout out to all the people who have come on the podcast prior to tonight. Also, big shout out to Big Mel, who just released his debut album, Old Soul. Make sure you go check that out. That is Old Soul. It's available on all major platforms. If you didn't know, we're in season 3, and we got here quick, right? Seemed like I just did season 1, or just did the debut podcast with Jeter, and here we are already at season 3. And you've been rocking with me, so I absolutely love that. But this season here is a little bit, different. It hits a little different, especially for the ladies, because I did you guys a favor. We have a lot of talented young men and women out there, but February, I thought it would be a good time to highlight the sexy new artists of Southern Soul. And ladies, yes, you can thank me later. You could actually cash at me if you want to, because I know I brought you guys some eye candy. But more than anything, I'm more or less interested in the fact that these are talented young men who are breaking ground and really trailblazing in the genre or subgenre of Southern Soul. All right, so. Oh, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is Southern Comfort Podcast, Comfort with a K. And we also have a presence on Instagram and Facebook. Again, I'm Keita King. And with no further ado, I want to bring in my guest. And well, hold on. Let me bring him in before I start talking about him. Stand by.
What's
There he
good?
is.
How you doing?
What's up?
I can't complain. Blessed. How you doing?
Blessed and highly favored.
To be
Blessed
worried
and highly
about a
favored.
hater. That's it.
Ain't worried about a hater.
That's it.
I ain't worried about nobody that ain't worried about me.
That's it.
I stole
That
that from
was
you.
that was a song I felt like everybody could feel. So
Oh yeah. Oh
that was
yeah.
my step. That was my step, and I listen to it every day myself, like I ain't write it.
That you know what? That's very telling right there. When you can
Yeah,
do that. Let me tell
yeah,
you something. This guy right here. Okay, so this is introducing to some and actually welcoming others to join to get to know this young man even more. And I'm gonna call you a young man, but don't get offended by that. Young guy. Okay, so this is my disclaimer to you. Okay, we about to have a conversation, and we're gonna let the world eavesdrop on
that's it.
it. You
I
did.
gotta let them get. I gotta let them get to know me. I guess you feel me.
Yeah, well, you absolutely do. You
Oh
absolutely
yeah,
do. And I feel like no better platform to do that than here because I've enjoyed getting to know you. And it's only fair that I allow the other people to get to know you and also get to know your music because you make really good music. So with no further ado, guys, and young guy, we're gonna get right into it. I've already told him prior to going live that this is going to be a very raw and uncut interview. And I say that not to say that it's, too risque, but I say that because this is literally all raw. I didn't want to cheat this interview with a
right,
cheat sheet, if that makes any sense. That make any sense to
right.
you?
Yeah, that makes
All right.
sense.
All right. So let's go with it.
I
Let's rock
couldn't
with it.
I couldn't have did no scripts or nothing anyway. So you
Right.
got to keep it real. You got to keep it real.
Right. Well, my background, my root is it's radio. It's off the dome. You just You just go with
I
it.
can tell.
Um,
I can tell.
yeah, so that's what we're about to do tonight. So I told you I was having dinner, right?
Right.
Let me tell y'all something. These Andy caps, can y'all see these? Can y'all
Them
see this?
classics. Them classics for real.
Boy, you hear me? Like
Them classics.
my dinner tonight. My daughter brought it to me.
And the
Um,
best chip, the best listen, the best chips ain't never the big name brands. It's always the Andy Caps. What's the other ones? I don't never
Tom's.
buy nothing. I don't yeah, I don't all that. I don't never buy none of the big brand. Them be the best chip.
Let me tell you another brand. It's a store brand. HEB. Frito Lay. Sit down. Sit
Right.
down. Because HEB is like really, really good.
Right.
It's guys.
You
So
got
so let's
taste.
get, huh?
You said you got taste.
Oh yeah, I do. I do. I got taste, and I also have my wine, my traditional Pinot Grigio. So let's get into it with no further ado. All right, so young guy, tell me like where you from, and like what is your name? How just share with me or share with them what you are willing and open to share with the people who listen to your music and love you and want to get to know you and love you.
Right. Well, I was born in Joliet, Illinois. We left I left Illinois when I was about maybe 5 or 6 years old. I lost my dad, what I'm saying? He died from cancer. So moved to Mississippi, been staying in Mississippi, ever since then. So Decatur, Mississippi, to be exact. And that's why I
Decatur.
was raised in Decatur, Mississippi. Small
Okay.
town though, it's just one of them towns you'd be like people like, what the fuck is it? You know what I'm saying? But I was been there all my life for real, went through, what I'm saying, as far as school, elementary, high school, graduated there. So after that, what I'm saying, I pretty much been living around here in Flowood, Mississippi. But for where I was born at, what I'm saying, that's still I still got that northern roots in me too now, you know what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah.
That Mississippi that's what made me though.
Yeah. So you're an
Yeah.
athlete. You've
Yes,
been
ma'am.
you
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
I played football all through, junior high, high school, played a little college ball. That was my first love. That football was my first love. Yeah. Football, then it was music. So kind of put them two together. That was my piece, what I'm saying, coming up. So
What
played
was
but
your position?
used to play linebacker,
I can
middle
see that.
linebacker, outside linebacker. Yeah. I wasn't no offensive person. I didn't want nobody hitting me. I'd rather do the hitting, you feel me?
Got you.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
you. Okay. Were you ever was there ever a time that you were like, no, I don't want to hit I don't want to hit him. I don't want to hit that brick wall.
Nah, nah, nah.
No. Not
I enjoyed it, man. Like, yeah, football used to be for me because when I started playing junior high, so when I got up to like 7th, 8th grade, they moved me straight up to high school. So I played high school football from 8th grade all the way to the 12th grade. So you mean
okay.
that was crazy? So I played. It made me better. Got me an opportunity to go to college. You know what I'm saying? I went to college here in Decatur called East Central. You know what I'm saying? Went there play ball, but got a lot of offers coming out of there, but I had that small town mentality on far as too scared to leave or leave my city. You know what I'm saying? But life still happened how it happened, and you know what I'm saying. I miss it, but I done got too old now. It's over with.
No, you're not too old because
It's over with.
you're not too old. I mean, well, depending on what you want to do with it. But if it's something you enjoy, go do it. Go find your intramural
I know,
team
but I
or
mean, I know cats. I got a couple of partners that still, they play like the Ivy League, City League footballs. We ain't, I ain't got it
you
in me.
ain't
I
doing
can't talk.
stuff though, huh, right?
Right. I
Yeah.
can't talk to nobody. I can't talk to nobody right now. It's a wrap. But I try to
But you
keep
listen.
myself together though.
You can't clearly you freak with the gym.
Yeah, yeah. Health is wealth, man. I try to keep myself together. That's mandatory for me because I had my years where it took me so long to get into the gym. I used to be that person. Man, I'm gonna go to the gym today. never go. Man, I'm going to gym today, never go. Right, you feel me? So I finally got to the chance. I wanted to do it, and it's kind of been the same way from with music. I've been telling myself for probably for some years now, man. I'm gonna get back into music. I'm gonna get back into music, but I never just if you ain't gonna be serious about it, you know what I'm saying? I I ain't want to just But now I'm at the point now where I'm ready to go now.
Okay, so let's go. What you
Let's
what
go.
got you into music, knowing that you're an athlete, you came from the north, you got that north piece, that north experience, you came to the south, not the south, but the south. Came to the south and you had that experience. What was it that pulled you toward music?
Man, my daddy, he used to sing blues too. You know what I'm saying? So I came up in the household, my mom and my daddy, I remember my daddy had a room with just instruments in it. It was drums, guitar, the whole shebang, you know what I'm saying? So he always kind of pushed that on us when we were little. Like we used to always have to, because I got two other brothers. So at the family reunion, my daddy used to make us get together. We used to write songs and sing them. So when we get around the family reunion, hey boys, y'all come on, y'all sing this song for your family. Sing your song, sing this song. I swear to God, like I still remember this song to this day. You know what I'm saying? He just always had that push the music on us, and it just seemed like I couldn't. I always loved it. You know what I'm saying? When I finally got a chance, and as I got older and really get into it, it's just something that I always it's been my piece. You know what I'm saying? I love having a creative mind and being able to create. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I could never be able to shake. You, something I just always been
You
in love with.
you definitely artsy. I'll say that. And you definitely have a way with words. You're definitely a wordsmith, which is something I appreciate as a person who is a connoisseur of being able to string words together and really make them not only make sense, but add a certain flavor and a vibe to them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that in a little bit. So a lot of the interviews I've had, whether they have been seasoned people, artists in Southern Soul, or they've been newer or up and coming,
hmm
whatever the case may be, a lot of them have a root in the commonality has been church. So, do you have any root in that aspect, or was it just basically raw entertainment kind of instilled in you from your dad?
Hey, you can't be from Mississippi and come from no church.
Okay, okay, okay.
Shout out Little Rock MB Church, Decatur, Mississippi, because shout out to Jan, that was our car director. But I would say like we can't. That's how I came up. Like choir practice on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We singing on Sunday. Me and my brothers, you know what I'm saying, and a couple of my partners from where I'm from, we had formed a group. We called it the 503 Quartets. It was like 5 or 6 of us. So we used to go around singing at churches. It'll put you in the mind of the Canton spirituals types. You ever heard of the
Hmm.
Canton spirituals? We had that type of thing going on. So we was going to different churches to sing and doing all that. And we actually, as we got a little older, we all started rapping together, making music together. So I always been around music my whole life, but it definitely started from the church because I feel like that's where Southern Soul come from. It's a mixture of everything. But you hear a Southern Soul artist, you can kind of hear in their voice, oh, they was up there doing their thing on Sunday. You just kind of hear it.
Tearing up the
Yeah,
church.
tearing
Tearing
up
up
the
the church.
church.
I saw a I think it wasn't a TikTok, it was a Instagram, it was a video, and there
Right,
was like um, LJ Echoes, and there were some different ones, and they were singing a church song, a gospel song, and I was like, damn, they sound better on this than they do. You know what I mean? It was very, you could tell that's where they got their root, and their roots came from in
right,
in the church or
right.
whatever. And that's been the commonality with pretty much everybody that I think that I've talked to. So I always like to know, how did you make that transition? If you were rooted in that's interesting to me. If you were rooted in gospel, How did you transition to not just Southern Soul, but just a secular music, period?
Life.
Okay. Talk about
Life experience, and just getting introduced to what was hot then and what everybody doing. So it's like, I think for me it's just more artistic side of it. It's being like, I can take gospel, or I can rap, I can mix and do anything. That was more. That's how it was to me. But back in the day, being able to rap, everybody wanted to rap, be able to spit some bars. Now, I can't nobody say that, but when I got serious about it and seen what it was like for, it was crazy. We was still singing church, hitting the studio rapping, but our music ain't always just being what people think it is today, like the what they consider talking about killing and things like that. Our vibe always been what my music is now. Just taking real life and just, putting a little twist to it, putting the vibe with it, and just let it ride like that.
I love the twist. I love the vibe. And remember, I told you I got bars. Okay,
Oh,
they may
okay.
not be good bars.
I'm waiting on. If they
You
hot,
calling
I
me?
might. If they hot, I might go ahead and mix, put them on the track.
Right on, right on, right on. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's move on into. Excuse me. It's they hot. Let me put these down. Hold on.
Hmm.
So let's move on into more of the Southern Soul section because I really want to talk to you about that. One thing I can say, and and you can vouch for this, and because I've told you this personally. What I love about you is the fact that you you have lyrics that you embody the whole Southern Soul vibe. You absolutely do, and every aspect of it, every aspect of it. What I love about you and what I feel like puts you a step above different ones. I'm just gonna say, I'll say what puts you above the average for me is the fact that you have lyrics that you don't just pop in the tradition, and nothing against the traditional the of the seasoned Southern Soul singers because they are staples in this because it wouldn't be no them without you. I mean,
Exactly.
wouldn't be no you without them. But what I'm saying
Exactly.
is like you have a vibe and not just a vibe, but you have like lyrics that you don't hear even from the seasoned Southern Soul singers, and that's what grabbed me in regard to you. So yes, congratulations on being one of the sexy new artists of Southern Soul, and
Appreciate
that's just a byproduct. Your shirt's nice, your biceps and your cap and all that, but surpass all that, and let's talk about your music because I'm a fan. Now, one thing I can say and two things for sure, and anybody who's been rocking with me for a long time, they will know I ain't quick to say that,
right.
but I. So, where do you draw? Well, I'm pretty sure you draw your lyrics from life, but how is it that walk me through your process when something hits your head? Walk me from oh, I got an idea. Oh, I hear this, I hear that, to the studio, to production. Like, how does it go?
I mean, what's crazy that I literally can't, like, I don't write my music on paper. I used
Okay.
to do that. I used to be that person want to write. I can't write a song down and get in the studio and actually just read and record. I do everything in my head, and I actually had to get my brother to go back to actually write it down for me. You see what I'm saying? That's
Mm,
part of my process. So when it comes to putting a song together, for me it's like I do music like how I would want to hear it. You feel me? If that makes sense to you.
mm,
So it's like I'm gonna do the music I like. Far as when I want people to listen to it and say, "Man, he talking about something." You know what I'm saying? He's saying something that people can relate to, And yeah, I put my own little swing on it, but at the end of the day, it's just making my words relatable, make them, catching the vibe of people. I just wanted, like with Laylo Play Slow, I just wanted the people to just say, man, this is gonna be the song I listen to, man, every fucking day, every morning when I went headed to work. It just, I wanted to bring back that vibe with music that's how music used to be. You feel me? So, and that's something I
Okay,
always love. So,
stop there. Stop there. I'm sorry. I can't let you skate past that. When you said that's how music used to be,
yeah.
elaborate on that, please and
When I
thank you.
say when I say that's how music used to be. I mean, I ain't no disrespect to what nobody else got going on, but it's just like I'm not just talking about Southern soul. I'm talking about hip hop. It's like down there R&B don't even exist no more. So it's like music for us used to be like going to the mall. You wanted where it wasn't no digital platforms and none of that. You just had to have, if you gonna ride in your car, you needed to get something to bump. If you wanted to go to the mall, I want to go to FYI, put the headphones on, check out Lil Wayne new album or anybody. Music was it was different then. It meant something different to people. Where it was more artistic. People put more thoughts into it. It's just and it hit our ears different than it do now. I feel like now you hear a song, it don't even stick to you for real. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, I'm gonna go listen to something else. You buy albums these days. You buy the album and you be like, you know, you listen to it one time and it's fucking. Let me go listen to something else. It just I wanted. I know what music used to mean for me. You know what I'm saying? And my family, and my brothers, and how we used to do it. Just I gotta repeat music. That's what we call it, repeat music. Like I gotta play it back. So I put a lot of thought into my music, and music is a vibe for me. So when I'm writing, it got the vibe what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm writing about. Whatever's on my mind, as far as the beat, because I really don't try to write music without. I gotta have the beat first. That's just me. I'm just not the person that's gonna sit down and just write songs all day. Like my producer, shout out Don Dula, he'll send me a beat and I kind of ride on that same beat for a couple of days till I catch that feel on that song. That's what I want to roll with. You
You
feel
let
me?
the song write itself. That's what I hear. So when you
Yeah,
hear the
like
beat, you let the song write itself.
let the song write itself. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how it is because you have because to me, you don't want to. This how I look at music when I write a song and when it's that song, like I want you to hear it. Like if you listen to Lay Low Play Slow and in my music, what else can you hear on this beat? Can somebody else come on here and do a different thing on this beat and it sound different? So to me, that's it. That's the one. Let's roll with
Okay.
it.
Okay. So let's talk about lay low, play slow. One of the things that got my attention, in before I ever saw the video, I think it was I had only heard the song or whatever. I love the fact that you talked about finding your purpose. And I don't think that you don't that is one thing, and correct me if I'm mistaken, viewers, but I haven't heard that even mentioned in, blues or southern soul. And again, that's not to say that anyone's done anything wrong in the past. It is for me a true testament of where southern soul can go and is going. So when you talk about, you say lay low, play slow. You talk about how you've dealt with people, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically you talk about, how a lot of time the shit that you go through with people and people who backstab you, it's your kin. And I mean, these are all things that people can relate to. And a lot of blues and southern soul has been about, I lost my woman, I lost my job, I lost my dog, my woman is cheating, I am cheating, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I love all of that. Room
Right.
254. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's still it's
aside,
still real life.
I'm sorry,
I said it's still real life too.
it's still real life. it's the real life. However, there is other real life. There is more to life, you know. And so when I listen to Lay Low Play Slow, like I really it really resonated with me because the Southern Soul vibe was there. But I'm a lyric girl. So
Mhm.
I can hear a beat all day long and I can dance my ass off and can't tell you not one thing they said.
Not one
But
damn word.
not not a word. But
Hmm.
in this instance, or with your music rather, it was different. And so when I heard key things, I'm gonna tell you one thing you said, and I've said this to my mom if she's listening, and just different ones that I've shared some of your music with or whatever. Like you said, I will block your number before I let you block my blessing.
Hmm.
What
Amen.
you
Amen.
Yes, and so it's those life, those real life in the moment, or in time, like
Right.
things that resonate with not just me being in my 40s, not just my daughter being in her 20s, but my mom. Like it's like at this point, you hear a lot of people talk about energy, being toxicity, protecting your space, setting boundaries, and all that. You are on top of all of that,
Right.
giving it a
Right.
Southern Soul spin, and I love it,
Right.
brother. Stay with it. I love
I
it. I
appreciate
love it.
that. I appreciate
I
that.
love it. I love it. So where do you think? Where would you like to see your music go?
Man, man, my goal with my music is to me because I feel like with Southern Soul, I almost feel like as great as Southern Soul is almost disrespected because it's just the biggest what I'm saying, genre to people like us. You know what I'm saying, just to see what it is compared to because it's a mixture of everything. It's full of talent and
Yeah,
it got that. That's
whole
why I said
vibe.
why it can't be put in the on the stages as hip hop or real R&B or none of that because you got why it can't be that mainstream thing. So that's my goal with my music was to have that Southern Soul feel and just I wanted to take it to that type of level. And that's the level I really want to go to the point where you can play my music anywhere. It don't matter, you know. It don't matter where you play it at. You can play it at a blues spot. You wanna play it at a nightclub somewhere on a Saturday with the young folks. It don't matter. You know, everybody gonna vibe to it. So Cause I'm on both sides of it myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm that older guy. I still listen to this, but I still, hey, Unc can't do too much now. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of a mix of it all. So it's like it's my music. My music is my personality. That's all I can say really. So
So and I think that's a good place to be because I swear I ain't never seen so many young people dancing, TikToking, or whatever the case may be, like really feeling Southern Soul slash blues like
right,
I see today.
right,
Whether it's just from a line dance or maybe there's, whatever it is. Like back in my day, and I can't speak for you, but like back in my day, you didn't see that. Um, Granted, you didn't have a TikTok platform either. But at the end of the day, I can remember like I would get irritated when I'd be in the car and my dad would be because my mom really wasn't bluesy. She got into it with my dad or whatever, but like I would be so
right.
irritated when he's playing Denise LaSalle or ZZ Hill. I love that shit now. It's like like I love it, but nonetheless, it's times have changed and times are different. So let me ask you this question: someone could listen to your music and be like, no, that ain't Southern Soul, or no, that don't, whatever, don't embody blues, or, whatever the case may be. What would you say to somebody who was like, that's not our genre?
Mm, then they have to explain to me what is their genre. You feel me? You have to explain to me. Somebody had to literally tell me what is Southern Soul. What's the ground roots of Southern Soul? And you tell me what about Southern Soul that's haven't took from any other genre? You feel me? So because Southern Soul is gospel, Southern Soul is blues, it's R&B, it's everything.
It's
So
country.
it's country, it's everything. That's why you say you already got your different lanes in Southern Soul. So if somebody's saying, "Oh, this ain't Southern Soul," I asked them to play me Southern Soul so I can get an understanding what you consider Southern Soul.
Right.
Cause that's
Right.
doing what everybody else doing is, excuse me, it's not something that I'm gonna do. You feel me? That's not me. So I'm not the person that's gonna sit up and listen to the top 10 Southern Soul songs and say, "Man, I'm finna go make me a song like that." I'm not that person. So
And if you don't mind me saying this, and for anybody who has that mindset,
if you got that mindset, you don't love music. That's how I feel. You're not in it. You're not in it because you love it. You,
and
you,
and
you
and two, time will pass you by.
well,
This genre will pass you by,
it will
and
pass you
and
by.
unfortunately, if you don't, or if you choose to be a carbon copy or cookie cutter artist based on what you loved or grew up on or whatever, or just somebody you're like, oh, I can mimic them. Because you have a lot of people who mimic people, nowadays or whatever, which is another thing that I admire about your music. You don't. You
And
don't.
that's something I don't want to do because that's another thing I tell you that music not like what it used to be. Like now, if you ever notice, like I said, in all genres, it don't matter what music you listen to. If you listen to everybody sampling or sampling a song, or you either using an old song or this and that, you rewriting a song somebody already made. Like I don't, mm-mm, I don't want to pay homage that way. You feel me? So that's why I say it's all
How do
about.
you want to pay homage? Because I don't have a problem with someone saying it's certain stuff you don't touch. It's certain to me.
You don't want to
It's
touch it.
certain
And
things you don't touch.
you got to think about some of the greatest songs is all they everywhere. I'm saying if you're saying an old blues song, either it's a Southern Soul artist that done probably made that song already. If you're talking about you got Otis Redding music in rap now, Kanye and all places, it's just good music. Just that's where it was at. So when I say I don't want to pay homage that way, I want to do a song with you. I don't want to remake none of your song. I want to do a song with you. Let's do it. Let me do a song with you. I don't want to remake your song or do none of that because whatever that wave was, some things shouldn't be touched. That's just how I feel.
I think there are certain things that just shouldn't be. You can try, but there are certain things that you will never, ever, 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 ever be able to redo.
Right.
It'll never be the same. But then you have certain things, and this is not Southern Soul genre, but you have certain things like "Simply Beautiful" by Marvin Gaye that Maxwell redid, and when I tell you did that with such a sex appeal that was so unparalleled. There are certain things you can, you know what I'm saying? But there are
Right.
some things you just can't touch. It just,
You can't
it's
touch.
it's not the same. So you're saying though that you just wouldn't, like, no, I will collaborate, but I don't want to try to redo what you already perfected.
Nah, cause I want to show my creativity before anything. I don't, Hey, no, I ain't saying something. There's nothing wrong with it. That's what a person want to do. That's what they want to do musically. But for me, you know, that's why I feel like the world got to get back to creativity. I feel like this is just my opinion. It's just creativity wise, you can see it in the music, you can see it in the movies, you can see it. It's just I seen the other day they got a movie coming out with a barrel of cocaine. I'm like, come on, bro. It's like, come on, man. You ain't got the white man's can't jumps coming out no more. The don't be a menace or the not don't be a menace, but boys in the hood and moving. It's like the creativity now everywhere is just different. It's just
When is
different.
your birthday? When is your birthday? I'm just curious.
April 1st, I'm April Fool's, baby.
Okay. Okay. Because I was wondering, because I'm a Gemini, and I was like, is he a Gemini? Okay, so gotcha.
Nah,
Cool.
don't do me
Okay,
like
so
that, no.
you should be spring fling, by the way, for your what'd you say?
I said, don't do me like that. Ain't no Gemini now.
Well, what's wrong with Geminis?
Yeah, yeah. I ain't got nothing.
Okay.
Aries all day though.
But anyways, okay, so if there was anybody, I don't care if they are still Yeti. Sorry, y'all, that's my co-host. Some calm down. We're working. We're working. Anyways, so if there was anybody, whether they're on this side of the earth or the other side, that you could say like I would like to work with, I'm gonna ask you first in general, and then we'll move closer to a Southern Soul. Who would it be?
In Southern Soul,
No, not now, but in general, anybody. It don't matter.
mm, I'll say you say anybody, or just
Anybody from what in genre?
that's hard right there. That's a hard question for me. That's a
Well,
hard question for me because being versatile, I don't, I say it depends on what I'm. Am I going for the juggernaut? I want a big hit. I need a big hit. Like
I just
quick, like
whoever you would like to
I
get in
need
the
a big,
studio.
I need a
Anybody
super
you would
hit
like
like
to get
quit
in
my
the
job and
studio with,
everything.
huh?
So I need a big super hit like quit my job. Just who
No,
would I get?
take the hit out of it. Take the notoriety out of it. Take the recognition out of it. Take all that out of
All
it
that,
from
take
your
that all out.
creative bone. Who would you say like, man, I would love to sit down and just co-create with this person right here?
I say Kanye West.
Okay. Oh, he's a
I say
Gemini, by the way.
I
Yeah.
say Kanye West because that man he
Yeah,
brilliant musically.
he's brilliant. He's brilliant. I'm gonna leave that where it is because there are a lot of things I can say about Kanye. But what I will say, and nobody can argue this, he's brilliant in regards to
Yeah.
the soul.
Oh yeah. Southern Soul. Uh, I say I say I say King George. King George is definitely somebody I love to do something with because he when I first heard him, you know what I'm saying, I was like, man, I got that same feeling that my music gave y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like when I heard him, I was like, man, this a vibe. I like this. I like this. That's why I said he definitely. But I know he probably got the same background I come from too. Because I remember when I would listen to him when he was Young Holiday before he was King
So King
George.
George used to be Young Holiday.
Young Holiday. That's what I was. That was when I was vibing to him, and he just switched over to what to what he doing now. But I
So
definitely
was
love to
he
work with
Southern
him.
Soul then or no?
He was. I mean, I say more of R&B vibe, R&B
Okay.
vibe. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's talk
But
about your
if
new
I
song.
had a if you gave me if you gave me two another person I like to work with, I'd probably say um let's now give me three. Give me three.
You got what you got whatever you want.
Give me three. I'll say Omar Cunningham
The
and
goat. Shout
the
out to the
GOAT.
goat. Hey
Yeah.
Omar.
I say Omar Cunningham because that man that why I said the writing skills, that's what I'm trying to be on. But Omar Cunningham and I'll probably say Uh, it's so hard. It's too many good ones, man.
We ain't talking about the
I
good ones. We talking about the greats.
the greats, the greats.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right. I had to give it to my boy. I had to give it to Jeter Jones. I'll do one with
He
Jeter
is
Jones.
definitely trailblazed.
Yeah, yeah, he different. That's why I say he different. That's why I say that's why everybody that because you got your Jeter Jones, King of Trail Rides. You got your Tucker, the King of Swing. You got your Vail Hollywoods, King of Grown Folks Music. Everybody got their lane. I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna find mine too. You feel me?
That part. And that is what I love about you. And the thing you can tell the world who's ever listening, anything I've said on this podcast today, the majority of it, at least 95% of it, I've said to you. Like I am a fan. I am a fan, and I don't say that often because people have to grow on me or whatever. But your music and so let me help the people understand why I keep saying I'm a fan because y'all don't really know. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about your music. Then we'll go to Plead the Fifth and we'll move forward. So lay low, play slow. It is one of those. It's one of those. It's evergreen. Let's start there. It's evergreen. You can turn that song on 20 years from now. Someone could have rocked with that song 20 years prior and it would have still carried the same weight because basically it is you staying out the way.
Right,
I am focused on my focus. I know my purpose. I'm not worried about nothing that ain't worried about me type thing. And
right.
that I love that. Fast forward to um can I talk about can I talk about stepdaddy season or no? One wait? No? Yes.
Man, you don't heard the music. I'm not scared
I
to talk
know, but I
about
don't know if you want me to just
I don't
just
want
put
to
it out
that
there.
I promise you, and this is no lie. You know, my uncle had to be like, he had to literally tell me like, you don't, and my producer, shout out to Heartbeats. You know what I'm saying? He used to be, man, you don't want to put that little music out, man. But it's like to me, it's like, man, let this shit fly. You know what I'm saying? Artistically, I'm just kind of keep creating. I'm keep creating. I don't want to be that artist. Be like, man, I'm gonna hold on to this, or I'm gonna do this and that. Woo the woo. Nah, it's just like I said, I record the music that I like, and I put the shit out and hope people like it. You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality. So if y'all consider it a hit, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. But I gotta keep working and just doing my thing. That's it.
So okay, so stepdaddy season, and that's gonna be a part of the Plead the Fifth, by the way. Um, then there is Back Outside, which I kind of really low key, high key think that is like one of my favorite songs right now.
Yeah, that's
Then
definitely gonna be. That's gonna be when that one drops. It's gonna be crazy. I think a lot of people gonna love that one.
yes, absolutely. Especially when okay, so that's the song, friends who are tuned in. That's the song. He's like, it's toward the end. He's basically talking about like, I'm back outside. Like, I really ain't worried about you. You ain't gonna be worried about me. If you see me in traffic, baby, look the other way. Like,
That's it.
it's that's it. Like, I'm done. And he was like, you said, baby, I'll block your number before I block my blessings.
If I block
When
your
you
blessing, that's it.
because people don't understand like it seems as if you are because people do it all the time. People, oh, I'm gonna block you because they're in their feelings, and it's very surface type stuff. It's kind of like an impulse. But
And I
when you
and
say
I, I came up with that phrase there. That the meaning behind that, I block your number before I let you block my blessing. That pretty much saying, you've been in a situation where you dealing with somebody, you know what I'm saying, they causing you problems, they ain't letting you move on with your life. You trying to move on with your life and do you. I'm gonna block your number for you. find my peace before I sit here and let you play with me like that. I'm finna move on with my life. That's it.
That part right there. And what I got from that is, yeah, I'm gonna find my peace. And at the end of the day, at this point, you're a distraction.
Yeah,
So why
exactly.
would I take focus or take up some mind space on you, with having given you access to me when
Exactly.
I can just block you, baby.
Right.
When I tell you, it resonated very so heavily. And then, so let's talk about moving forward to your song you just recently released, "Boots" by Hubby. Let's talk about it. How you come up with it?
Mm.
And then you had the
That,
lingerie on the boots and the
yeah,
high heels. Like, look at this
that
shenanigans.
hey, that's the country boy anthem. That's what I call it. It's like, that's something to represent the boy from the country. When I say she done found her nigga for the country, that means something. That be like, hey, it's over with. Ain't nothing. Hey, for the other guys, bye bye. That's it. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I'm supposed to. I'm handling business over here, my boy. Ain't none of stay out of inbox. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that going on. She mine, and that's my flex. That's the country boy
Oh,
flex. That just you know how the generation is. They'll see you girl out popping her shit, she doing good, she happy. Niggas try to slide up, trying to see what's going on. You
right
feel me?
on.
So gotta let them
Right
know
on.
my boots already by the bed. I done told you. I'm gonna tell you one time, exactly one time. Yeah, we gonna keep it pushing.
Wait a minute, guys. You have got to check out that song. Listen, let me tell you
Yeah,
something. That right there, that is really that's an anthem too.
that's
Because
anthem.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Because it happens so often or whatever. But y'all check it out on all. It's on all major platforms, right? Music platforms, right?
Yes,
Check it out.
ma'am.
Also, huh?
I see. Yeah,
What
it
you say?
is. It's there.
Yeah,
I'll let you
he's
know what it
also
is. Yeah.
um he has a presence on Instagram. He has a presence on Facebook. He's even on TikTok. And but you got to hear that song. You've got to hear that song. Like it's one of those that's gonna be talked about for a minute. But you gotta listen to it and you gotta let it really let it resonate. Because when you said that part about what'd you say? Don't be jumping in her DMs. No, you said when you see her out, don't be asking her blah 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 blah. How many times does that happen though? When a
I
dude,
mean, any woman to tell you that when she out and about, it don't matter if she out and about. Men approach her, trying to see what she got going on, and you try to holler, try to show my baby a couple of dollars.
but why? But
Hey,
why did you? But why you have to say the boots by the bed? Why you couldn't just say she moved on with me and she's like? Why'd you have to say
mm,
this is where I lay
the
my
the
head?
boots by the bed. Hey, the boots by the bed mean this. If you a working man,
Yeah.
if you like me, I like me. I'm a working man. I got my work boots. I got my going out boots. I got whatever boots. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a country boy. So we own boots. So when I say boots by the bed, like I'm this where I'm laying my head at when I get off of work, my boy. It's a wrap.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about. Okay, I gotta say this, and then I promise we're gonna go to plead the fifth. No, no, let's go to it. Let's go to it because we've been talking now for 48 minutes, and I can talk to you for a long time, which you know that anyway. All right, so are you familiar with plead the fifth?
Nah,
That is
what that is?
okay. It's the segment I do at the very end of the podcast, and basically I ask you 5 questions. And everything we've talked about thus far has been like, kind of fair game, and it's been about music or whatever the case may be. These may
Right.
not be. These may not be. But you can plead the fifth. You don't have to answer the questions. So here we go. Number one, you said my grandma told me when a dog bark at you, somebody else is feeding it. And correct me if I messed up the lyrics. What exactly did you say? Tell the people what you said exactly.
If your own dog get to barking at you, that means somebody else feeding it.
There you
Yeah.
go. If your own dog gets to barking at you, that means somebody else is feeding it. Has your dog ever barked at you?
Mm-mm.
Tell the truth.
My dog ain't bothered me. Not the dog
I
I
don't know.
got now. Hey, not the dog I got now. Anyway, I've been.
Okay, 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 okay. All right, all right.
Mm-mm.
Um, all right. So my second my second question is this. You talked about, being back outside and so on and so forth. And see, I research things, so I'm on your TikTok, which I'm on your TikTok as a friend too. But like, I have to do my due diligence and knowing about you and so on and so forth. So you had this TikTok and it was so funny to me. It said something to the nature of you were playing basketball, or at least you were pretending you were playing basketball with your son, and basically if you beat him,
No, my
if
daughter.
no,
Yeah,
you no, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it,
it was
say it.
like my yeah. Oh, you talk about? I said my daughter said if we win, me and her mama gotta get back together. You talk about that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
granted, it was hypothetical and it was for entertainment at the end of the day. So have you ever had that ex that you continue to double back? It was always a there was always a magnetic force, some kind of connection, something, some laws of attraction or toxicity that drew you to that person, to that ex, to that baby mama, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I think, yeah, I have, yeah.
You're not
So,
gonna
I mean,
elaborate?
that's, nah, well, that's, you put me on the
You're not
spot there. Woo, woo, be sweating, woo. Nah,
gonna
but,
elaborate? Okay.
no, I mean, that's my wife, though, you know, to be real. Like, we got 14 years behind this. So, if I ain't finna sit up here and just be like shit been cookies and cream this whole time. It just, we were young. I started talking to her when I was 19. I'm 32 now. So, we had our ups and downs and this and that. But, we've been, we've been married almost, 6 years now. So it's like, you gotta talk about, I was in college then. So, of course, we had a little toxic. We had to breaking up. We had to getting back together. This and that. Family tied our ass. You know how it go.
Okay,
But we
okay.
we still rocking though.
Congratulations to you too, because
Mm,
that I love black love. Whatever that
right.
looks like. As long as it's black love, like I love that. So congratulations to you. But we're gonna move on forward with the plead the fifth. So that was two questions. You have not pled the fifth. Let's go to number three. I'm a fan of Big Pokey Bear. Have you ever tell me about the time you've had a side piece or been a side piece and how'd that work for you?
Mm. Side piece life, man. That's I'm plead the fifth on that one, man. That's I ain't got nothing to say on that one.
Okay,
I
okay.
ain't got nothing to
That's
say on
hey,
that one.
we're done. We're done. That was
Yeah.
I had one question I wanted to ask you, but you know what, you played the fifth, so I'm gonna let you out of here.
You think
I'm
you think you think get me choked in my sleep tonight?
gonna
Shoot.
I want everybody to know, like, I ask those things in fun because I am not the Wendy Williams of Southern Soul podcasting or whatever. I like to ask real life questions, but at the end of the day,
And that's the thing. I don't mind being real about it because I mean, in a real life experience, that what music is. Everybody, done experience certain type of things. I ain't scared to talk about that. It's just it's everything I done went through that made me. So that's life. You feel me? So ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
that part. And at the end of the day, one of the things that I always say, we are really this is all this has already happened. We're just really walking it out. We're just
Hmm.
go with the flow, lay low, play slow. Like it's just like,
I
even in
always
those.
say, I always say, if you can look back and laugh about it, you're in good shape.
Yep.
That's my saying. That's my saying. So that's just
Yep.
part of life and growth and everything. So that's my outlook
All right.
on it.
Well, I want to tell you, I thank you so much for coming on the show. And um, is there anything that, because we talk, so is there anything that you feel like I haven't touched on that you want to touch on? Because we can talk about it, whatever that may be. Um, but I'm grateful for you coming on the show, of course. But I'm grateful for your talent. You are a breath of fresh air. And if you guys don't know what I mean, follow him, find him. He is a young guy.